Today I'll be talking to you about pay attention to human interactions. See, many times we don't pay attention to human interactions because we might have had a surface level mentality, and when we have a surface level mentality, we're not really focusing on what's right in front of us. We're not really focusing on human interactions and social settings and social groups and power dynamics, so we may get carried away. But we have to understand, in human interactions, you can see and understand many various different things. For example, you start to understand how people treat each other, how people feel about each other, how people perceive each other. If somebody perceives someone as higher than them, they will provide that person with the utmost respect. If they place all their eggs in one basket and they care about resources, somebody who has more resources than them, they will like that person and respect that person. If they see that this individual might be stronger than them, they may show that person respect. If they see that this individual is able to carry themselves in more of a confident way than themselves, then they may respect that individual. See, in human interactions, everyone has different agendas and different techniques of how they do things in this world and how they perceive this world. And oftentimes, if you're basing your life on morals, principles, so to speak, you're going to have people who may interact with you differently from how they may interact somebody who only views this world as a way for them to gain resources. And in reality, we see these power dynamics on a day-to-day basis. We see people who only respect other people because of the monetary gains that they have. And when we are in this world dealing with people, it isn't only about monetary gains, as many people may try to make it seem. It's about the spiritual aspect, the mental aspect, the physical aspect, and then the financial aspect. But what we have to realize and understand is many people look at the financial aspect and the financial aspect alone, when in reality, you can have money. Yes, you can have money. But if you haven't built yourself spiritually, mentally, and physically, then it means nothing. When you're a confident individual, when you are an individual that bases your life off of position and strength and faith, having a strong foundation, and you have the resources to go into with it, then it's game over. You have everything. But when you are lacking other components and you just have the resources, that's where your resources could collapse. And just in day-to-day basis interactions, we have to understand that people are going to deal with people in the way that they perceive people. Even if you change your life, even if you've grown and matured, if people do not want to see that, they will not see that. If people still live in the past and they do not live in the present or live for the future, they'll always think about what you have done in the past. They'll always think about who you were in the past. They'll always look at that side of you and try to use that side of you to destroy you. And in reality, we have to understand that the past is the past. We have to live in the present and we have to live for the future. And you can't control how people perceive you. All you can do as an individual is just go out into the world and care about yourself, hold yourself accountable, be the person that you want to be. Because at the end of the day, you have to hold yourself accountable on a day-to-day basis, and you have to care about yourself before anyone else can care about you. If you do not care about yourself, if you do not take yourself seriously, if you do not have self-respect for yourself, if you do not stand firm on your principles, others can take advantage of that. And we have to stand firm on our principles even when it's hard. See, many people do not want you to stand firm on your principles because others are not standing firm on their principles. Many people want you to be in a docile state. And when you're in a docile state, you're easily controlled. Power dynamics within society, we have to understand these power dynamics, that there are people who want to dominate over you on a constant basis. And when they dominate over you, what they're saying is they're better than you. We have to understand this daily because people will test you. They'll test you to see if you get out of character. They'll test you to see if you're a weak individual. They'll test you to see if you have any boundaries. They'll test you with everything. And we have to understand these tests. When you fail these tests, essentially they will try to dominate over you. When you pass these tests, they'll leave you alone and go on to somebody else and bother that other person. So in this life, we have to understand that everybody is going to test you. Everybody is going to try to destroy you. Everybody is going to try to make you look like you're not the person that you say you are, because they want to fill the voids within their own selves and their own lives. And at the end of the day, just be true to yourself. When you're true to yourself and you're honest with yourself, you do not have to do anything to seek approval. Once you start seeking approval, once you start trying to make people agree with you, trying to make people believe you, trying to make people like you, you already put yourself in that state of mind of a people pleaser mentality. And even in human interactions, you see this people pleasing mentality on a constant basis. You see sometimes where when you're in your career path, your job, so to speak, an employee may try to kiss up to an employer, and constantly the employer may just try to destroy the character of the employee that constantly tries to kiss up to them. But the person who does not kiss up to them, they respect. We have to understand that people pleasing will not get us anywhere. Be honest with yourself, be truthful with yourself, be straight up. You do not have to people please. You do not have to try to make yourself gain the approval of people who do not care about you. Don't try to gain the approval of anybody at all, so to speak, because when you start doing that, you destroy yourself. You destroy the things that you love about yourself. We look at relationship dynamics. Many times, people may try to please their significant other by showing that person that they live up to their expectations, and that destroys the relationship. You start being someone that you're not, and you try to please that person so much that you lose yourself. And that other person can see that. That other person can see that you're trying to please them, and you start losing the character traits that made them like you, that character traits that made them want to be with you, that character traits that wanted to be around you and wanting them to be your friend and wanting them to be a person of value within your life. And it's just best that we know these things and understand these things, because we're essentially ruining ourselves. Do we not know and understand that there are people in this life and in this world that really don't understand themselves? And at the end of the day, when you're trying to please people who don't even understand themselves, then you start to be an individual who you don't understand yourself. So in human interactions, we have to understand all of these key principles, because when you do understand these things, you're not trying to please people, you're not trying to show people that you're better than them, you're just living. And the best thing possible in this life for us to do in this life today is to just live and understand the importance of living, understand the importance of being able to live. Because when you understand the importance of being able to live, you don't have to please anybody, and you don't have to do anything to try and gain respect from people who don't even respect themselves in this life today. So today I'll be leaving you with this scripture, and I hope that this scripture can help you in your daily personal life today. James 1:5. If If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. Understand in this life today that your life is important. I want to thank you for watching. Peace.